Yo guys, how's it going? Madgaz here, and this video I just want to talk to you guys about the possibility of an entire Zombies DLC being released with the Black Ops 3 DLC Season Pass. Now I know what you're thinking, you're probably thinking, no guys, we want our multiplayer maps. Well yeah, obviously I expect you want your multiplayer maps, that's what you pay your Season Pass for. A lot of people don't actually play Zombies, which is strange because it's an absolutely immense fucking game mode. But what I'm suggesting is, like, how awesome would it be if Treyarch brought back the idea of a full Zombies DLC pack like they did for Black Ops 1? And if you don't know what I mean, in Black Ops 1 we had all of our standard DLC seasons and the packs that went with them. We had the multiplayer maps and one new zombie map. But towards the end of the season, I think it probably was the last DLC pack that we got, and it was called Resurrection. I'll stick the image on screen now of the poster of this, and it came with 5 zombie maps. Now, I know what you're saying, guys, these are just remakes. Yes, but these were awesome remakes of the original World at War maps. So you see on the screen, on the map pack actually, we have Kino Der Toten, which they rechanged to night. They didn't actually change it in-game to night, they just, for the sake of this poster, they changed it to night. Verrucht, it was just called the Asylum, and a lot of people just called it the Asylum because that's what it was, an asylum. Shinonuma became the Swamp, and Derise became the Factory. But we now have a new version of Derise, and it's called the Giant. So these maps were reconditioned and sort of spruced up a bit. They had a little bit more of a graphical touch. There wasn't like a massive change in graphics because it was pretty much running on the same engine and the same platform like old gen, like 360 and PlayStation 3. So they didn't up the graphics greatly on this, but they added in some new perks. Like Nacht, they got in the Mule Kick perk and stuff like that, and all the other maps got new perks, and we got all the new weapons from Black Ops 1 era as well. And it was pretty cool to go revisit all of the World at War maps using our characters that we actually progressed through the zombie storyline with. And to top it off, they gave us one of the great maps, which is Moon. Now, a lot of people say that Moon is probably one of the greatest maps. To me, I was never a massive fan of Moon. I found it really cramped. I wasn't keen on the whole gravity thing. The only part I really loved about Moon was the starting area, which was Area 51. And for those who don't know, if you've never played Moon, I suggest you go download it on last gen and actually play this map, because the intro part of it is probably the best part. Well, I think it's the best part. So literally you spawn in Area 51, and it's kind of got like the whole Ascension feel to it, with like it's like the coloration of it, then like the saturation of the colors made me think of like Ascension anyway. And it was like kind of like a tentacle like background thing with a big teleporter stuff there inside of like a space hangar. And literally you were in this area and it had the pack-a-punch there, and you could survive up to like 30 seconds, and then the zombies would just start sprinting at you. The alarm bells would ring, and then every time an alarm bell rang, the zombies would get stronger and faster, and there'd be more and more of them. And you could probably stay down in Area 51 as long as you wanted to just like build up points before you actually made your way to the teleporter on Moon. And I thought this was a really cool way to start a map, because I just expected, boom, we're on Moon. No, they give us Area 51, which was kind of like a mini map, like a mini challenge in itself. Obviously we had the pack-a-punch there, and what made it even more hard and a bit more like bit of a bastardish trick that Treyarch played on us, we had 2 perks that spawned into this location, and one of them being Juggernaut and the other one being Speedcaller. Now, depending on which one spawned in, you wouldn't get the choice of the other one inside of Moon. So say you got Speedcaller, when you teleported to the Moon, you would not get fucking Juggernaut. You would be stuck with just Speedcaller. Same as vice versa, if you got Juggernaut, you wouldn't get Speedcaller on Moon. But it was an awesome map pack, and it was absolutely fantastic for them to bring back all 4 maps from World at War. So what I'm proposing now, guys, how about they release another map pack towards the end of the DLC season, entirely zombies, and I have created this for you guys. So as you can see, my DLC pack, entire zombie DLC pack, is called Redemption, and it comes on the same date as what the Resurrection one came, obviously a lot of years later. So let's say it, Redemption, we have the first map, which is going to be a brand new map, kind of like what Moon was. This is Standoff. Now this is a multiplayer favorite, and I remember playing this map and thinking, wow, this would be a cool zombie map. It's got that like old World at War style feel, like World War II style feel to it, and I really thought this would be an awesome map if they had just converted it and spruced it up a bit and made it into a zombie map. It's not massive, but I'm not a fan of massive zombie maps. I love this, the giant and those compact maps. But yes, on to the next one. These are my 4 recreated maps. So picture this. We have the giant, which is Derice from World at War. In the new gen, the current gen, they spruced this up to a point where it was like absolutely phenomenal. It was really, really breathtaking. The colours, the saturations, everything was astounding. And it just looked so vibrant and felt fresh and like a completely brand new map. So bear that in mind when going through this list. So the first one on my list, I would love to see Ascension return. Imagine Ascension with those colours and that vibrancy of the giant. I honestly, God, I love Ascension. I think it was pretty much the greatest map to come with the DLC seasons for Black Ops 1. It really was cool. So I've called this one Cosmodrome because, well, it's a Russian Cosmodrome. It's got the rockets and stuff like that and the lunar landers. Absolutely brilliant. Next map. A lot of people are probably going to say, well, Gaz is already being recreated. No, but now if you consider it recreation in the style of what they're going to do with current gen consoles and the hardware they have. This is Swamp. This is Shinanoma. I love this map. I remember getting this map when it first came out and thought, bloody hell, this thing is absolutely amazing. When you got the Wonder Warfare out the box and you're running through the swamp and it was like you're running really slow, but you're trying to run away from the zombies and you couldn't because you're stuck in the fucking water. My God, I spent so many hours with my friends playing this map and it was terrifying, and I would love to play it again in a reimagined, revitalized version. Next on the list, we have Kino Der Toten. And I've called this Theatre because it was called Theatre of the Dead. That's what Kino Der Toten means, Theatre of the Dead. And I would love to see this because this, when Black Ops came out and they released the first map, I was like stoked for this because it had that feel. It had the same feel of World at War maps. It was still Nazi themed and stuff like that. Obviously they won't go with the Nazi theme because of the whole propaganda and stuff like that. They want to stay PC. But I would love to see this remade again, like I said, in the engine that has been made for the zombies on new gen. Last one, a lot of people might say, why do you want this one, guys? Well, honest to God, I love Dire-Eyes. I love the feel, the industrial feel. That's what I look in my zombie maps. I love the industrial feel. I'm not a massive fan of these like jungle maps. I know I've got Shinanoma in there, but this is probably like the exception, Shinanoma. But like the says of like Shangri-La and Moon, I wasn't a massive fan of those. I love things that are like more like down to earth and a bit more realistic. I know it sounds crazy because the whole zombies like thing is not realistic, but this is what I would love to see as a recreated map. Dire-Eyes, and I've called this Skyscraper. Dire-Eyes to me was an awesome map and it had one of the greatest wonder weapons in there, the Sliquifier. How awesome was that? When the zombies were just sliding all over the place. And the whole verticality thing where things were upside down was really, really amazing. I would just love to see this remade once again. So there you go, guys. That is my cool little map pack DLC. I would love to see Treyarch release this. I probably won't, but who knows? It's good to show opinions and share things like this, guys, because I enjoy making these little things for you, and I hope you really did enjoy this. And if you have any opinions on this and what you would change for this map pack, please leave a comment down below. Smack the like button on this. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and continue to dropkick your grandma.